Hey, good afternoon, everybody who's tuning in here for the February 13th, 2017 Airx webinar. I want to get started right away because we have people from around the world tuning in, and a couple people are up late that are in Europe. But thank you very much for tuning in. I'm sporting some different glasses here because these are my computer glasses. They're designed to be set up for the distance between my screen and where I sit. So a little bit different if those of you that know me saying, geez, Scott looks a little different, but minor details. So let's get rolling here. We're talking about, in today's webinar, we're talking about a new program that we just rolled out, which is the Airx Refresh program, which was introduced about 1.5 years ago. Those of you familiar, you probably know about this particular sprayer. This is the Airx Refresh sprayer that's used in conjunction with the Tip and Pour concentrate program. So 1 ounce of this product makes a 9-ounce bottle of the sprayable product. We did a lot of work in getting some feedback from the distributors as to what type of products we want, and some of you participated in a demo that we sent out. This is a demo kit that we sent out with 3 different fragrance notes that we were thinking about rolling out, and thank you very much for those that participated in that part of it. You were very, very helpful, and we've ended up with 2 additional fragrance notes we've added to the Airx Refresh program. So we still have the original Blue Skies and Mountain Mist, which this one's the Blue Skies. So we have the original Blue Skies and Mountain Mist, and we've added 2 new ones, the Aquatic Mist and Herbal Fusion product. So not only have we expanded the concentrate program to include 2 more fragrance notes, and again, keep in mind that all 4 of these products contain aeroside as well. So the concept behind the original Airx Refresh was just like Febreze and some of those other products out there. There's a lot of interested products that smell good. While some of the Airx products smell good, the main purpose of the aeroside is to eliminate the odors, and that doesn't necessarily need leave behind a fragrance note. So the Airx Refresh program is really to eliminate the odors in the air, but also leave behind a very nice fragrance note. So we now have 4 that are in the line. So we've added those as additional concentrates, so you can get the same program we had before, which was 2 quarts and 2 sprayers, or you can get the sprayers themselves just empty. So that program's still in place, but we've added some additional things based on feedback that we got at the ISSA show. At the ISSA show, we talked about what sort of price point do you have to hit to be able to sell odor control products, because odor control back when Airx was started back in the 80s was something that was fairly unique. Our only competition was Airchem back then, and you had to buy essentially a franchise to be able to sell Airchem products. So Airx was unique, and there was really no cohesive line of odor control products available at the time, again, other than Airchem, Airwick. So there wasn't a whole lot of competition. Nowadays, you see Febreze and some of those products right and left, and something like the Airx Refresh program has really allowed you to compete from a price standpoint with those aerosol products. So we talked about the people that did not get into selling this program. Why did they have trouble selling it to their customers or their salespeople promoting it? And one of the reasons we got from doing our surveys was people don't like mixing chemical products. So even though as simple as we make it, with a tip and pour bottle and just pour 1 ounce in there, people like the convenience of an aerosol. The convenience of an aerosol is you pick it up, you spray it, and it works. Well, that kind of concept that we got from you at the ISSA show and talking to having our salespeople talk to the distributors in the field was we need a ready-to-use version of the Airx Refresh. So what we've just introduced in the last 2 to 3 weeks, and your salespeople should be showing it to you now, is 2 variations on a ready-to-use version of the Airx Refresh. The first would be a quart package. So we have all 4 of the the new Airx Refresh, the two new ones and the two existing ones, are now going to be available as ready-to-use products, packed 6 per case. And that's important, 6 per case, because we realized you have to hit a certain price point, and nowadays people look at what a case of product costs, not necessarily an individual container. So the cost per ounce on this, if you compare it to an aerosol product, is much, much lower. But for the convenience of a ready-to-use and to hit that right price point, we're packing these now 6 quarts per case with 6 trigger sprayers. So they're ready to go. Nice thing is you can sell it to your customers. Your customers can buy this, try them out, and then we've also gone one step further, both for trial purposes and also for use, as we're putting them up in a 4-ounce bottle. This is the same ready-to-use product that's in the quart, but we're making it as a 4-ounce product, and they're available for sale as compared to just samples. So the nice thing about this is if, let's say you're a nurse or a custodian that wants to carry around the bottle, and you come upon some odor problem, you've got it right there, 4 ounces. You can spray it in the air, and you've solved the odor problem. So all 4 of the new products are going to be available in the quarts as well as the 4-ounce size. And again, they're still also going to be available in that concentrate program for use with the Flaresol. And you all remember, if you haven't, the Flaresol is unique in the. Let me back up a little bit. You spray it, it puts out a controlled amount. So if I press this 3 times, it's going to put out 3 times the amount as one spray. As compared to a trigger sprayer, you can spray it as often as you want, over and over and over again, but that doesn't allow you to portion control the use of the product. So a good example would be maybe a hotel or some place like that where they're going to clean a room and they want to spray a certain amount after the fact. They would go in and spray 1 time on the curtains or 2 times on the curtain. So the housekeeping staff could be instructed as to the proper way to use this with the original Flaresol. Can't quite do that with the quart program, but then again, that's why you can have the different alternatives. So we have ready-to-use 4-ounce bottles, and we have ready-to-use in the quart bottles with the 12 per case. So those are all brand new for the program. They're in stock now, available for you to purchase and sell to your customers, or have your customers buy them ready to go. So great program that we've just expanded upon a little bit. So a couple other things I want to show you that tie in with that. We have a brand new cabinet. Some of you that have tuned into our webinars before know that we've been talking about getting some new cabinets. This is the new Sentinel cabinet. This is going to replace our old cabinet, much more cost effective. So the cost per unit is going to come down to about half of what the current one is. Nice thing about this cabinet is, aside from it is lockable. It's got the Airx brand on it. Very attractive. It takes 1 D-sized battery. We've done pretty extensive testing on this. That 1 battery lasts 2 months, and then the 1 block will last at least 30 days. Cool thing about this is, from an application standpoint and loading the cabinets and everything else, is this tray comes out and allows you to take your block, and you can see this, the block can go into 3 different slots. So if you have the first application, you put it in the center one, and after 30 days, again, we've shown that it lasts 30 days or longer, all you do is move this block over to the next slot, put in your new one. It'll take up to 3 blocks in this unit. And the nice thing about the way it loads is, imagine this is on the wall. All you do is slide the tray in after you put the blocks on it, and you're ready to go. It didn't work out very well, but you understand the concept. So this is the new Sentinel cabinet. These will be available in about a month. They're coming in from China, and just waiting for all the molds to be changed over and everything else. Additionally, this is another unit that we showed at the ISSA show. This is your desktop unit. This is going to be able to take the 17s, the little mini cups, and this is for use on your on your desk, or you put it down in small areas. This cabinet's going to be able to treat maybe a 10 by 10 size area, a little bit larger than that, depending upon what sort of airflow and what the odor situation is. Now, why am I telling you about this? The reason I'm telling you about this is all of the fragrances that are available in the Airx Refresh program are now going to be available in the Airx 19E blocks. So we're going to expand the program, so not only do you have the ability to spray materials in the air, you're also going to have the ability to have the cabinets. You can also use those same 19E blocks in the freshen air cabinets, the larger cabinets, the ones that for larger areas, and then also the Sentinel Juniors, which is the passive cabinet that goes on the back of the door. So all those blocks will be available, the 19E blocks, and then the 17s that would go into this unit are going to be available very shortly. We're just doing some final testing to make sure they last as long as we want them to, and then everything will be rolled out shortly. But the refresh program that I started off talking about is already available. So that's ready to go. If you haven't gotten any information from your salespeople already, or you'd like to see some of the products, feel free to contact them, or you can certainly email us at sales@airxinfo.com. And let me see what else. So that covers the new product introductions. One of the things I wanted to talk about was the use of emails in addition to just general product information. I did a webinar that you can look up online from, I guess, about a year and a half ago about the use of LinkedIn, and this would be for people that are prospecting for new customers, or they already have a good LinkedIn connection base. I'm fortunate enough that when I was ISSA president, I connected with a whole lot of people out there in the cleaning industry, and I have about 1,600 email addresses right now in LinkedIn. Nice thing about LinkedIn is you have the ability to download your connections. So you can download your connections information, and then utilizing something like MailChimp or Constant Contact, you can send emails out to those connections. We've used it here for getting job applicants for our sales positions and done it with great success. We've also used it for soliciting new customers. So it's a great way of connecting with people that know you. It's important when you do send your emails out that you say something about the fact that, hey, I'm connected with you on LinkedIn, just so they don't think it's a spam situation. In most cases, if you only have 200 or 300 or 50 or whatever connections, you're probably conversing with them online via LinkedIn anyway. So that's another great use of LinkedIn and email programs. If I can give some advice on email programs, very important not to over solicit the people on your list. The idea of sending out an email every day, every other day, for this webinar, we were pretty aware of the fact that we didn't want to annoy customers by sending them out too often. So we sent one at the beginning of last week, one at the end of last week, and then one first thing this morning. So the importance is keep in mind that email's great, but if you abuse it, people will just unsubscribe from your list. And it's very important to not send out email solicitations or business-related things using your personal email account. The reason you don't want to do that is a couple reasons. First would be I'm not sure if it's a law, but there's a regulation that says you're supposed to have a means of unsubscribing from emails that you don't want to get. And if you send it out from your personal email, people sometimes don't have any ability to unsubscribe. It gets frustrating for them. And also, they can also report you as spam to their internet providers, and you can get blacklisted, and then all of your email can go down. So we use a company called MailChimp. We used to use Constant Contact. They're both very good. There's a lot of other ones out there as well. We like MailChimp because it's a little bit user-friendlier than Constant Contact on being able to create those emails. But you can use either one. But again, don't abuse it, and you don't want to use your regular email campaign. And God forbid, do not, if you're sending it from your own email list, do not include everybody's address in the to field. The worst thing you can do is send somebody an email that has 20 or 30 other email addresses in that to field. If you are going to send from your own email list, use the VCC field for all of those people. That way they can't see who else has gotten the email, and it also prevents possible use of those email addresses in spam. So if you send an email to somebody that has 30 or 40 email addresses on it and they're showing in the to field, if that person's email program or their computer gets hacked, they'll seize that email, all those addresses, and then start spamming them, and can give you kind of a bad name from that standpoint. So a little bit of email etiquette there. Just don't overdo it. Use it, use it appropriately. Would be the best way to put it. If you're annoyed with getting an email once a week or more than once a week, use that information for the way you're going to send stuff out as well. But it's a great service using a program like Constant Contact or MailChimp. It allows you to get statistical information as to, I know when I send out my emails, how many of you open it, or how many times you've opened it and viewed it. So if you forwarded it on to somebody, I have the ability to tell how many people you forwarded it to. I can't tell who you forwarded it to, but I can tell it's been forwarded. So it gives you a lot of great information. Most of our emails that go out of here, we get between a 20 and 30% open rate, which is very good. Overall, you wouldn't think that's good, but statistically, that's a very good open rate for emails in general. And that's because we really think about how we're going to use it. We send it to targeted lists. Those of you that are Airx distributors, only Airx distributors get our emails about Airx. We don't send them out just to everybody. So think about your segmenting your list as well. The difference between MailChimp and Constant Contact is MailChimp based their fees. I think it's less than 1,000 email addresses is free.
What option I see nearby is top 10 music on South McDade Boulevard in Glen Olden.
I turned that on Do Not Disturb, and it still picked up. I must have heard me saying something about Siri, so I apologize for that. So I was talking about the difference between the charges. So MailChimp is free for, I believe, 1,000 or less email addresses, and then it's incremental from there. So if you have 2,000, 3,000, there's different charges for those different levels. Constant Contact is pretty much a flat fee for as many emails as you want to send out. And there's, again, differences between the interfaces as to how easy it is to work with them. So that is about the end of our program. Usually people aren't too hot about asking questions, but if there are any questions, now would be a good time to ask them. You can do that via the chat feature that's available on the GoToWebinar interface. Otherwise, this program will be put up as a recording, so you can show it to other people in your company, other salespeople. Again, to recap, we've added 2 new fragrance notes to the Airx Refresh program. Those are Herbal Fusion and Aquatic Mist. We did a little survey in Bullen here at the office, and the ladies like the Herbal Fusion. The ladies like the Aquatic Mist. The Herbal Fusion is very nice as well, but seems to be some preference for ladies. So if you do have men's, women's bathrooms, you could actually set up those cabinets when that program's all ready, which again will be in about a month. You could have individual cabinets in the ladies' room versus the men's room. Again, the blocks are going to last at least a month, more like 6 weeks. But because of the ability to move in the blocks over, you can get additional life out of them. So those are all available now in the 4-ounce, the 32-ounce ready to use, as well as the conventional concentrate program. And then the blocks and the new cabinet will be available in about a month. So that's it for now. If you need any more info on the the MailChimp and email campaigns. I'll send out a follow-up email to everybody that attended today's webinar with a link to my previous previous webinar that covered 100% just about email marketing. So thank you very much for attending, and I don't see any questions, so I think we're good to go. Thanks a lot and have a great day. Don't forget, Valentine's Day is tomorrow.